Hello, my friends. My name is Andrei, and you are watching a money management channel. And this is another weekly update for the US stock market. And on today's video, I will show you the most recent price action and the upcoming price action for these ticker symbols: SPY, QQQ, SOXL, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Nvidia, Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, and Bitcoin. All the timestamps you will find in the description below. And let's begin with the SPY index. So I covered this asset basically on a daily basis, and I show all the price action to my patrons. And I was anticipating the retracement. You can see that this asset was moving higher in this channel, and I was anticipating this retracement for quite a while. Let me show you that the most recent news that potentially might drive the entire market down is this one. US loses last top credit rating with downgrade from Moody's, and this article was published just several hours ago. Let me show you just a couple of paragraphs. Let me quote you this. The US was stripped of its last top credit rating by Moody's Ratings, reflecting deepening concerns that ballooning debt and deficits will damage America's standing as the preeminent destination for global capital and increase the government's borrowing costs. Moody's lowered the US credit score to AA1 from AAA on Friday, joining Fitch Ratings and S&P Global Ratings in grading the world's biggest economy below the top AAA position. And guys, definitely it is the catalyst, potential catalyst that might drive the price of entire market down. And let's switch to 1 minute time frame. You can see that I make this analysis for my patrons, and I explained. Take a look. Wait a second. Oh, it is quite interesting. As you can see, it is my tweet. It is my post that I made on April 21st of this year, when the price of SPY was at $513. And as you can see, it was in downtrend. And I wrote, I expect a rebound around $509 to $506. And guys, guess what? Let's switch again to 2 hours time frame. And let me show you this point. So on April 21st, right after I made this post, this prediction, we have this trend reversal that happened exactly at $508.5. And from this point, this asset went up for my boggling 17.12%. I caught this bottom to the tick, and that is why you can rely on my technical analysis as a part of your due diligence. On top of that, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And for now, guys, I have 3 tiers. It is Discord Access tier, Safe Haven, and Gold tier. And if you want to just be in line with all the latest news and with the most recent actions and potential upcoming actions of the US stock market, it is more than enough to join just Discord Access. If you want me to cover your personal position, and if you want me to create a plan for you to invest in stock market, Safe Haven is for you. The only difference in between these 2 tiers is that on Safe Haven tier you will have a monthly 30-minute Zoom call session with me. And the Gold tier is for people who want to take the most from my experience and from my knowledge. And in this tier you will have a 30 minutes weekly Zoom call with me, where I will teach you how to beat the market. On top of that, guys, for the members of this tier, I will give my personal signals where to enter and where to leave the position. I will do it when market conditions are more predictable for swing positions. So, and let me give you a sneak peek on the Discord group. You can see that I publish a lot of updates on the market, and as you can see, I even make predictions of its upcoming movements. And if you follow my channel for quite some time, you know that I have a very high level of experience in this type of trades. And guys, in this Discord group, I explain a lot to my patrons, and I do a lot of technical analysis on the demand on different assets. Here is the general sentiment of the market on April the 10th. Here is INTC, ISRG, here is JDRKLB, MSTR, and other ticker symbols. You can see that I do it pretty much 2 or 3 times a week, and all of my community members know how to benefit out of these market conditions. So, and let's continue with SPY index. I still think that this asset should have a retracement and should break this lower border of this channel within next couple of sessions in the upcoming week. First of all, we have to definitely retest its swing lows, and then we have to retest this lower border. If it breaks, guys, we will see a medium-term downtrend, and you have to be prepared for this. And I told to my patrons that they have to be very cautious with their long positions. That is why, guys, I anticipate some kind of retracement in the upcoming week. So let's switch to QQQ, and QQQ is in quite similar position. As you can see, I also made a lot of analysis on the fly when it well, it was quite interesting. I explained this in one of my videos, how I missed this trade because I made a video for my patrons. But in general, guys, from the closing bell of yesterday's session, this asset went down for mind-boggling 1.39% in after-hours trading. And it is definitely the result of Moody's credit score update. So let's switch to SOXL ticker symbol. And it is a leveraged ETF on semiconductors industry. And right here, as you can see, this asset broke, and I covered it in one of my previous updates. It broke this range of resistance, and it went higher for quite substantial 44% within just 1 week. And based on the bearish divergences on multiple time frames, I also saw this potential movement to the downside, and it is still on its movement because we have to see, I would say, deeper retracement. Even if I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this bottom, and to be honest, I prefer to even use this bottom because we have a 5-wave structure in the shape of diagonal from this bottom. And in this case, guys, it is not even hit 0.236 fib level, and most likely it will retest 0.382 and 0.5 at the price points of $14.7 and even $13.24 respectively. That is why, guys, be cautious with your long position on SOXL as well. So let's switch to Magnificent 7 stocks. First of all, Amazon. And this breakout that happened on May the 9th, I covered in my previous video. It happened because of the easing of the US and China tariff war. And since then, guys, this asset also formed a bearish divergence, and it was very predictable that this asset also has to have this retracement. And it happened. So what might be the level which can act as the range of support? Definitely it is this yellow line at $193.43, because previously it was a strong range of resistance, and everything that was a resistance becomes a range of support and vice versa. And that is why, guys, first price target for Amazon in the medium-term perspective, I would say for the next week, is roughly $193.5 mark. So let's switch to Google. And this is the stock that is quite interesting. In my previous video, I told you that potentially we might have another leg to the downside from this point, and I was wrong. But I also drew this channel for you just a couple of, I would say, couple of weeks ago. And this border, the lower border of this channel, was successfully retested by the price. And I told you that as long as this border holds, we might see even the movement to the upside. It is my second option. It wasn't my primary count, and no one is perfect. But with this reaction, guys, take a look right here. It hit the upper border of this channel to the tick and had the substantial decline in its price. On top of that, guys, Let me show you what is this yellow line about. If I zoom out to, let's say, 4 hours time frame, you can see that it is the range of support and range of resistance that hold the price for several times back in 2023, in 2024, March of 2024, and September of 2024. And right here, this line, let me show you, acted as the support as well. Then, guys, as you can see, it acted and it still acts as a range of resistance. So I still think that Google should go a little bit lower, at least to retest this lower border of this channel. And in upcoming week, I would say the bearishness of this asset is pretty much confirmed. So let's take a look at Tesla. And as you can see, I made a lot of analysis on Tesla for my patrons and for my offline students. You can see that I made this breakdown, and potentially Tesla is at the top of its third wave. That is why we also have to see the reaction to the downside that shouldn't break this top in order to stay in the motive, in the impulsive movement. But guys, if it breaks this to the downside, it will confirm that it is still in its movement to the upside in the shape of diagonal. This means more choppy price actions and more unexpected pivotal points is expected on this price chart. But in the medium-term perspective, I would say for the upcoming week, Tesla should also see lower price targets, and we have to retest at least $300 mark. Let's switch to Nvidia. So Nvidia, as you can see, it broke this descending channel that it was forming from the very beginning of this year, and it broke it with the flying colors. But guys, the volume of the breakout is not sufficient in my opinion, despite the fact that the price pretty much went much higher from the border of the breakout by 13.24%. And if we take a look again on its indicators, on an hourly time frame, we had this bearish divergence. 2 hours time frame also shows the extremely high level of RSI. This movement is and was very anticipated. But for now, guys, in the multiple time frames, you can see that RSI is pretty much on neutral territory. And to be honest, I cannot count, not cannot, but I can count a couple of possible outcomes, couple of possible breakdowns of this movement from its lowest point, swing low in April the 7th, till this highest point. And because of these guys, and these counts are quite equal one to another, I cannot be sure in which direction this asset might go. I can only predict based on the broader market sentiment that it has to have some lower prices within the upcoming week, but I have some doubts that it might retest this sloping line again, this upper border of the channel, or this line at $115. Definitely it might go to the lower levels, but I cannot tell you for sure which levels might be crucial for the pivotal points. That is why, guys, be cautious with Nvidia. So let's take a look at Netflix. And Netflix is in consistent downtrend, the most powerful, I would say, from the very beginning of April. It gained during the last month alone more than 45% to its value. And for now, guys, potentially this asset already formed all 5 waves to the upside. I have to admit that potentially we have a quite different breakdown, and internally we might have, wait a second, this might be our top of the third wave. This is the bottom of the retracement, and this is the top of the 5th wave. And based on this breakdown, we might anticipate another decline in the price of Netflix. But if you take a look on a bigger scale, let's take a look let's zoom out. This asset is in uptrend from May of 2022, and it gained during these days more than 580% to its value. And guys, potentially this asset is at the very top, or potentially at the very top of its movement from this bottom, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 waves pretty much completed. If it is the top of the circled Roman fifth wave, potentially it might start its decline, and it might go much lower to the levels below $1,000. But I prefer to do one step at a time, and first of all, we have to see the confirmation of its movement to the downside. And the first confirmation will be breakout below this bottom at $1,103, and these two bottoms at $187.85 mark. So when it breaks it, and if it breaks it in the upcoming week, the downtrend, at least a medium-term downtrend, will be confirmed. So let's switch to Apple. And guys, I made my previous video and I told you that this asset couldn't break the range of resistance, and it retested this range. It was retesting this range for the entire last week, and it failed again. This means potentially Apple might also see its lowest price, lower prices, and it should retest first of all. So let's put it this way: the round number might act as a range of support, because previously it was range of resistance, and it is a round number by itself. It is $200, then $193, and this swing low at $190. So definitely the downwards movement is anticipated. That is why be cautious with your long position. Next one, Microsoft. And guys, Microsoft is on fire. You can see that on my previous video I told you that because of this quite sideways movement for quite a while, I could predict that potentially it should go higher, and I drew this movement to the upside, and Microsoft went to the upside exactly as I predicted. But again, if you take a look on indicators, you can see. If you take a look at these indicators, you can see that it is still forming some kind of bearish divergence, but without proper and very well diversified waves in this movement, this bearish divergence might not work pretty good. That is why, guys, well, Microsoft is on quite overbought condition in general, and it is at this range, structural range of resistance of its previous swing high. And yes, I potentially anticipate its retracement, but I don't think that this retracement might be very deep. That is why Microsoft is quite bullish overall, but in the short-term perspective, I can anticipate its retracement, but not so deep. Let's take a look at Meta, and as you can see, I make this analysis, these drawings for my patrons. I teach my students by showing them this type of patterns. I want to focus on the price of Meta itself. Let's switch to hourly time frame and let me show you this. So just yesterday or the day before yesterday, I showed to my patrons this breakdown, and it formed a very well diversified five-way structure to the upside. This means we can anticipate its retracement to at least 0.236 or 0.382 levels. I don't think that 0.236 will be a major range of support from which it might have a trend reversal, but we might see some reaction out of this range. Wait a second, out of the range of $619, but then it has, in my opinion, it has to go lower at the levels of at least $592 mark. So, and what do we have left? We have Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is still in quite high levels. It was at pretty much the same levels for quite a while. And the longer this asset goes sideways, the less likely that it might go to the downside to retrace this movement from the very beginning of April. But guys, let me show you this. If I add to this price chart the price action of broad SPY index, you can see that Bitcoin is pretty much similar. Its price action is pretty much similar to SPY index price. And because of the most recent news, potentially SPY might see quite substantial retracement. And that is why, guys, be cautious with your Bitcoin holdings. Do not buy at this top. Just wait for quite a while in order to repurchase your long position somewhere at 0.382, 0.5, or even golden pocket range in between 0.618 and 0.65 levels. All actual numbers you can see on the screen right now. And I think that's it. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm back.